Have you ever heard of the most devastating genocide in human history? Prior to World War II, an ethnic group called the Jews had lived in relative peace with their neighbors in Poland for many years. That is until the German army invaded and began the systematic murder of every single Jew in Poland. Men, women, and children were taken from their homes and forced into ghettos where they were starved and beaten. Those who weren't strong enough to work were killed and thrown into mass graves, and those that were deemed fit for work were forced to do hard labor until they dropped dead of exhaustion or were shot by German soldiers. This genocide was one of the worst in human history, but it wasn't the only one. From the Armenians to the Tutsi, entire groups of people have been wiped out from the earth by their own governments and fellow citizens. But what makes the story of the Jews so important? Well, prior to World War II, there were approximately 17 million Jews living in Poland. By the end of the war, only 3 million Jews were alive. The German army had systematically murdered over 14 million Polish Jews, which makes this the most devastating genocide in human history. But why did the Germans do this? Well, the German leader, Adolf Hitler, believed that the Jews were an inferior race and that they were the cause of all of Germany's problems. He wanted to create a master race of Germans and believed that the Jews were a threat to the German way of life. So he began the systematic murder of every single Jew in Germany and later in Poland as well. It's important to remember the victims of this genocide, not just for their sake, but for the sake of humanity. We must remember the victims of the Holocaust so that we can learn from our mistakes and make sure that it never happens again. If you would like to never miss videos like these, consider subscribing to our channel and hit the like button. Thanks for watching.